Welcome to Hustle Radio, a podcast about the New York hustle mentality centered in the e-commerce industry, the official podcast of the E-Com Cooperative. Introducing your hosts, Frank Acosta and David Dayon.
Frank Acosta, how you doing today?
Good, David. How are you, man? I'm
11 a.m. 11 a.m. on a work day, Frank.
It is what it is. It's part of the hustle.
I cannot even entertain the idea of drinking, so I got good old-fashioned H2O.
I have coffee, so yeah.
Coffee. It's either coffee or water at this hour of the day. I don't care who you are. It is not happy hour every single hour of the day. I used to say that.
But wait, we could turn it into happy hour if we want to do that. I'm just not.
No. I'm not. It is not happy hour today.
All right, not celebrating. All right, no doubt. Water it is.
Water and coffee.
No doubt.
So, Frank, I want you to do me a favor. I always do the intro. Who is our guest today? What number episode is this? Do you even know? I don't even know if you know the number. But what number episode is this? And who is our guest? I'm not going to ask you what the topic is. I'll say what the topic is.
No doubt. So we have Dani Diamond. First of all, I need to know if that's his official last name.
So you don't know what episode number it is. It's episode 8.
Hold on. You didn't even let me look it up. I was looking up for the post. This is episode 8. Look, we're just moving so quickly, man. I can't keep up with the numbers, man.
It's all good. That's my thing.
No doubt.
So we have Dani Diamond. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
We have this amazing photographer, man. I feel like this is going to be a good one, David, just because we're bringing the best of the best. We always say this. We always focus on bringing the hustlers that are out there. This guy definitely has a New York hustle mentality. And I want to know if Diamond this is real last name, because if it is, it just worked out perfectly for this guy. So let's just bring him in. And
so Danny doesn't know. We always start with some music. And Frank, I chose a good song for today.
All right, let's hear it. Oh, you rolling today, bro?
Dani Diamond in the house, everybody.
Oh man, what's up, Dani? Let's start quick. David. Next time on the outro, I want the music louder.
Yeah, that's right. Next time we got to do it in person so we can really jam out.
I love it. Yeah, in person is definitely the way to go. Dani Diamond.
So Frank and Dani, you guys have met before. Where have you met? Plug it up real quick. Where have you met?
We met over food at headquarters, at Amazon Expert headquarters, and we started off
Mazza Fridays. That's it's a thing. It's becoming a thing.
No, it's not becoming. It is a thing already.
It is a thing. Correction. It is a thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Dani, I'm going to go straight into this because I love the vibes you bring. I love the energy. Where does Diamond come from? Is this your legit last name? Is it a branding aspect? Like, talk to me about the word Diamond.
This is Dani Diamond is my name. Well, my full name is Daniel Diamond, but I dropped the EL because it didn't have the same ring. But my dad, he gets all the credit because he actually changed our last name before I was born. It used to be Zobde, which is Persian. And in Persian, it means precious gem or precious jewel. So he decided to go diamond. Funny story.
That was a good upgrade.
Wait until you hear the best part of the story. His brother decided to change the last name at the same time, and they figured they'll tell each other after. My uncle's last name is Gold.
What?
That's great.
This is branding at its best. You know, when you can create, and I think it works so well with your industry, right? You're the top of the top. Let's get into that. You're a photographer, Dani. There's so many photographers out there, but you specifically, David. I know I'm taking over, but I love the creative space. So, what type of photographer are you? There's plenty in different fields. Where do you say you stand today?
So I'm a fashion and portrait photographer. I like working with people. I don't particularly enjoy working with larger groups of people. So usually my max that I'll have is like 4 or 5 people in front of my camera at the max, but usually it's 1 or 2. I love just working with people. I love fashion. I like being able to take my time, not being pressured. I like being able to, choose all the logistics of a photo shoot and really control the environment. And I feel that fashion and portrait work is where it's at in terms of being able to control absolutely everything. Whereas, events, weddings, bar mitzvahs, stuff like that, other people are controlling everything. They're telling you where to be, what time, what to do. And that's not my speed really. So that's what I do pretty much in a nutshell. I'm a fashion photographer in New York City. I do a lot of boutiques and manufacturers, clothing lines, stuff like that.
So this is a good time to introduce today's topic, which is evoking emotion with a photograph. So I want to tell you how I decided on this topic today. I was doing my research as I usually do. How can we tie in a hustler's profession with hustle radio? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to talk about who you are, talk about where you came from, what you're doing, and then pull out some hustle out of that. Because one thing I could tell you is that's not going to be an issue here. There's hustle oozing out of Mr. Diamond over here.
That's not true. I hope I don't come off like that.
Definitely true.
I come from Ohio, the suburbs. I live a peaceful, quiet life. I actually live.
I'll win this conversation, Danny, with the fact that I've been trying to get you scheduled for 3 weeks now, and it has been non-stop booked around the clock. I have been introducing crazy times, I might add. The man is always working. And it's not like he's just saying he's working. I see his statuses of every single one of his shoots, which are fire, by the way.
You want me to tell you why, David? You want me to tell you why? I'm going to tell you why. This is why. Look at this. Like, it does not get better than this. Talk is cheap. I mean, I definitely want to walk our audience through the process of check out their website, David. If did you put the website down?
Of course, I checked out the website, but you have to realize we have an interesting dynamic here today. We have the photographer, we have the creative mind who does the branding, and then we have me who's on the front end with Amazon with the customer. So we have like a bunch of different.
Unbelievable. I'm so impressed. I want to go through just a few more. I want the crowd to see, David, how amazing are these pictures?
Thank you.
Frank, I have introduced Frank to a couple of different photo styles, and he usually tears it apart. So he's complimenting his
if I would have known you guys are going to be such great salesmen and show off my work, I would have done this interview years ago.
Oh man, you don't even know. Forget about that. I'm ready to book you for myself, man. I think you and David are overdue for like a picture together. We haven't taken one yet, and I think this is the route. Just because I feel like your pictures sell an experience, right? Versus what everybody else is putting out there. Like I think, what's the process of getting involved in this? And if someone wants to reach out to you, as you know, LinkedIn is a very huge growing platform, and a lot of people are working on their personal brand, right? A lot of people are showing up more. A lot of people are presenting themselves more. There's a lot more podcasts going out. I mean, look at me and David, right? I don't think David was anywhere near this active on any platform 2 years ago, right? And he's quickly taking over, right? He's quickly growing, and it's because he's understood how important it is to build your personal brand, right? So a photographer can tell a story behind pictures. So what's the process of somebody working with you? We have a large audience that are working on personal brand, right? They want to build themselves as a leader in their industry. And I think that photography and video positions them in that place, correct? So what's the process of working with you? You want to walk us through it? Because some people are camera shy. Some people don't know how to even start. So you want to walk us through your process a little bit?
Now, when you asked for me to walk through your process, are you referring to me specifically? How would you book Donnie Diamond for a photo shoot, or in general?
No, that's the easy part. Go to the website. It's more like I'm camera shy. I'm not talking about me specifically, but a lot of people are camera shy. They don't know. They say, "Oh, I don't look good on camera." How do you? And I know that you have tricks and ways to overcome that. So
right. So I could start off by saying that what got me into photography is being able to connect with people and mastering how to connect with people. And this is the most important thing. That is the absolute most important thing. I think anyone could be a skilled photographer and a technically amazing photographer. There are people that are way more skilled and technically better at photography than me. But if you don't have the right personality to sit and understand what each person's unique situation is, then you're not going to be able to connect with them. And if you can't connect with someone, they don't feel comfortable in front of you, you're not going to be able to capture them in their best, expressions, poses, angles, stuff like that. So the most important thing is finding someone that you will connect with. And this is a brand in general. When they want to push out content, they have to really think, what are we going to create that is going to connect with people? Not necessarily, like sometimes I'll have the owner of a clothing line be like, well, this is what I like. I'm like, that's not about what you like and what you think it's cool. What does your audience want to see? What do they want to see? Create content that people want to see. No one cares about what you want to see. You're trying to sell products to people, so you're going to have to show them what they want to see. So when it comes to photography, filmmaking, creative directing, all that stuff, it's all about just finding the right person that has the right filmmaker, that has the right personality, that just knows how to give people a good time, make people feel natural, be themselves around you. So that has always been my top priority, and why I'm able to get the expressions I do out of my images. It's a funny story, but last year someone reached out to me, and they posted a comment in my Instagram on one of my posts and said, hey, I'm 50 years old. I never had a portrait of me ever taken. Are you open to taking pictures of normal people? And I said, of course. A week later, I met up with her and I photographed her, and I even made a video about this, and I posted on my Instagram a couple days ago. And everyone was saying, wow, these results are amazing. There's no way she's 50 years old. She's probably 30 years old. And wow, that's crazy. It looks like she modeled her whole life. And they were giving her a lot of credit, right? So I agree, she was fantastic. She does look like 30, and I don't want to take away anything from her beauty. But people don't understand that I had to invest an hour of walking around the streets, talking to her, making her feel comfortable. She's never been in front of the camera. There isn't any 50-year-old out there in the world who's never been in front of the camera that will walk away with the pictures that I grabbed of this 50-year-old woman without investing time connecting. So you got to connect with people. You got to make them feel comfortable. The first thing I tell them is, listen, the first 100 pictures we take, I'm not even going to look at. No one looks at the first 100. It takes time to feel comfortable in front of the camera. I tell them 99 out of 100 images we take today are going to feel awkward, are going to look awkward, but no one's ever going to see those images. We just need to try different angles and get different emotions out of you to get that one killer shot. And it's fine to screw up a bunch of times in order to be successful at one time.
Wow. You know something? I heard that several times in the past. I've read that researching for the topic here today about how connecting with a person is the most important part of it. I literally read that several times, and I heard it before as well. And I never really understood that and how important it was until you just explained it just now. And it's crazy. It's like kind of crazy. Yeah. I'm just thinking back to the limited amount of times that I was in front of a camera. Forget about weddings. I don't think I've ever seen a great photo at a wedding, but I'm talking about like a headshot photo. Like recently, a couple months ago, I went for a headshot photo, and I'm thinking about exactly what you said. A lot of it was just no good. Maybe there's one or two, and overall, like what you said about not being rushed. I feel like that's such an important thing, because if you're not rushed, then you'll be able to pull out that, like you said, that one or two or three angles of, that face, that
exactly
motion, whatever it is.
Exactly.
And I want to actually bring out how I came to today's topic. I was researching and looking into like what makes a photographer good, trying to understand a little bit more about, just what the general understanding is. And I read something that said, whenever you see a photographer, you should thank them, because what a photographer does is they capture a moment that without them, you would never be able to notice those details through looking at an image, right? First of all, a photographer has the ability to capture something and see something most people will not. But more importantly, they capture that thing that you will not capture, that you will not see with a normal eye, and they get the right focus, and then they have that, and you can look at that for eternity. You can look at that and see the beauty in that story, in that picture forever. So they were saying thank every photographer you ever find that takes good photos, because what they're actually doing is gifting you beauty for your eyes. You can see something that you might have missed
Absolutely.
without the camera.
So true, so true. And I feel like in this time and era, we need more people that provide an experience, right? I think that things have transitioned so much. Dani, you know this. There's so many good equipment out there that does the work on its own. There's amazing camera equipment that, like some people don't even need to know lighting to get a good image. Just, you have the right camera and it does the job. But the reality is beyond the lens, right? Is the experience, is how you make people feel. And that's what people are investing in. People invest in an experience. And I think that you're crushing it in that space, right? And the more you deliver that, the more you can grow in that. You as a human and that human to human interaction, there's so much more value in that. It becomes it becomes to a point where I don't care about the price. I want the experience. And the reason I tell you this is that me and David will do a lot of dinners, and I'm pretty sure you know this.
I've seen them.
And me and David, it could be the worst. It could be the most expensive restaurant. It could be the nicest restaurant. It could be the whatever restaurant. If we don't feel a good experience, I think under 30 minutes, we're out of there. Right? And David, don't start using me as an example or start telling the audience the type of stuff that I do.
I have stories for days.
We have stories for days, but it's like all we care about is experience, right? So I think that the more we have this in service providers, whether it's Amazon, whether it's e-com, whether it's photographers, video, is the experience that sells. And Dani, I want, can we put his website down there? Because I think it's so much valuable, David. You get a minute. I want people to reach out. Dani, I'm definitely going to hop on a call with you after this. I want to book you just because, and there's very small people. David tells you this. I critique everybody's work. I'm in the creative space. So unfortunately, I have to. Just when I see something, I have to say it. But your work is so phenomenal that, are you transition? Do you only do fashion? Because I'm looking at your website and it also shows like personal branding.
Yeah, so I do portrait work as well and personal stuff, but my fashion work takes absolute priority. So if I do personal work, it's usually I'm booking them between fashion shoots and with short notice, because sometimes for fashion work, I'll get a call, are you available next week kind of thing. So usually I'll just be in touch with someone and I'll find some time to squeeze in a personal project in between the bigger jobs.
I hear that. And are you, what's the best way to reach out? Is it your website? Is it social media?
Instagram, usually Instagram, or just filling out the form on my website, which allows you to contact me through whatever is best for you. So I have, like, if you look at the inquiries page, you'll find that you could contact me through WhatsApp, email, whatever you want. So
I love it. And usually what's the turnaround, right? Because I was looking at your page and I don't know if I see this publicly, but it was saying like 3 to 4 day turnaround. Is that a thing?
Yeah, usually it is. I mean, my thing has always been service. And what I found the issue in the photography world is that people will take a job right away, but then it'll take you months to get your images. And this is my thought process. So simple. If you're on time for anyone, if you're on time for everyone, you're never late for anyone. Okay? So if you're always running on time, giving everyone their images within 3 days, everyone gets their images within 3 days. If you're going to take 4 months, then everyone's getting their images 4 months late. You understand that? So this is something I never understood. Photographers who take their time and people have to beg them for pictures. You do that, they're not coming back to you. People are used to hitting that button on Amazon and getting the stuff the same day. They don't want to wait months anymore. So I try to, the night of the photo shoot, you get the images from the photo shoot on my website, unedited, and then right on the website, you can make a list of images you want me to edit, and just get, and I just do it as soon as I have some free time.
This is the reason why we invited Dani. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons. On the inquiries page, I respond within an hour to my emails, but even quicker on WhatsApp.
Crazy.
If that's your preferred method, please let me know. So the bottom line is, I have seen maybe, I don't know how many hundreds of inquiry pages. I've never seen that. That again just wins my argument that like I
Service.
said, Danny has that hustle mentality down pat.
Anybody that does business on WhatsApp has that hustle mentality, because you have these clients that will text you at 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. So I do hear a lot of agencies that don't accept that. But the reality is, I made a post recently, David, and Dani, you'll appreciate this as well. How many deals have you closed at 10 p.m. your time on LinkedIn, right? And honestly, I was like, to back it up, I was looking into my account, and I've closed over 10. And I remember that one of my biggest clients that I ever closed, it was a conversation at 1:30 a.m. They had a horrible situation. They DM'd me. I happened to be up. And this goes to show you that, it's all about being present, right? Another person would be like 11 o'clock. I'm not, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. I'm seeing this. I'm not going to answer it. Whatever. I just happened to be up. I answered it. And the next day, within 8 hours, we closed a massive deal, right? And it's just about being present, right? They had an urgency, and I was there at 1 o'clock to talk to them about it, right? And it's just the reality of the hustle. David brings that up all the time. It's just.
Should I tell you how it works? It's as simple as this. The kind of people who don't answer their emails after 5 o'clock are the kind of people who are working for someone else. Simple as that.
Yo, that should be I love it. I love it.
The only person who you can't get through to after business hours is someone who doesn't care to work and to be successful in their business. It's as simple as that. I have more hobbies. I spend more time with my hobbies than I do with my work. I know that I do woodworking, I do gardening, I like to spend time with my kids, and that is my absolute priority.
What about pizza making? You can't leave that out.
Yeah, you could add that to the list of hobbies.
Danny makes right now. You're on like a no meat thing. He makes some badass pizza. Badass pizza, bro.
I'm just saying, man. When we doing this, Danny? When we doing this?
Saturday night,
Frank. Where are you, bro? Where are you?
This is David's new thing for like the last couple of months. He goes somewhere and he videos himself. Frank, where the hell are you? Like that's his new thing. Like I was supposed to, like I knew about it. Like I was supposed to be there. Is that he's trying to give me that FOMO, right? But look, Dani, I think there's so much space for collaboration. I love what you said. I really do. People that don't answer after 5 o'clock is because, let me put it, I'm going to say it in a way that you did not want to say it. So I'll be the one. People that don't answer after 5 p.m. don't give a shit. Is that where we're standing?
That's pretty much. That's how it is. Because I'm not working around the clock nonstop, but I'm working around the clock. So some people, it's easier to talk to them at 11 o'clock. For me, it's not about working within specific hours. So at lunch, you could see me outside picking raspberries in my backyard,
Yeah.
I don't have set hours. And that's why my office is in my freaking backyard. I have an office in my garage because I want to be able to go there sometimes to hit a deadline late at night, early in the morning. And then during the day, I want to go bike riding. I
love it. And it's such a reality. I know I've FaceTimed David a few times. Me and David are always like thinking about what's next. We're always talking. And sometimes I'll FaceTime him like around 11:30, even at 1 o'clock sometimes, and he's in the office. Right?
Yeah.
Like putting in those hours, right? And it's
blow my spot, Frank. Don't blow my spot.
No, I am. I'm blowing you up. 1 o'clock in the morning, he's in the office working. And I remember I used to get at him. I'm like, dude, those emails can wait for tomorrow. Like, and the reality is that why leave for tomorrow when you can get done today? It's just that hustle mentality, and whatever. We're all doing this today. Tomorrow we'll be vibing more, right? So I'm definitely on the same boat as you. I'm so glad we got you on this podcast. I think we dropped so much heat, and I'm ready to book you, Dani. I very few occasions I've committed to working with somebody on a podcast. Possibly one time only, and it definitely went through. And you're definitely one of them. I definitely want to book a session. I love
Frank. I can say at least if I was on the podcast, it's one time only that I remember of.
Perfect. So and it's just because it's all about like I'm very big on like the environment and what people bring to the table, and I think you bring all of it. So I'm 100% on board. I'm definitely going to be contacting you. And thank you so much for being on this podcast, man. I think you're an amazing photographer. More importantly, I think you're an amazing human, and people need to be working with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure. For sure.
I don't think anything else could be said.
This is all great. Oh man, put it up, David. Put it up a little more. David is a Drake fan, man.
I love it.
David's been draking lately. Yo, Dani, thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, David. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the interview. Thank you so much.